How can we find the time to connect with God when life just gets so incredibly busy? It's a question that I've been really asking myself a lot lately too, because things in my life have been just so incredibly busy right now. With everything that's going on, I have been finding it challenging to find the time to connect with God. So what I've been doing is I've just been finding some small ways that I can still connect with God even when I'm extremely busy. In today's video, I just want to share with you a few simple things that I've been doing that have helped me to continue to strengthen my relationship with God and spend time with God even in this very busy season of life. I hope that if you're going through an extremely busy time, I really hope that these will be helpful for you too. The first thing that I would suggest is looking at your day and figuring out, where can I find 5 minutes to connect with God? I find that no matter how busy I am, I always can find 5 minutes where things are quiet and things are calm, and where I can use that time to really take a moment to connect with God. In fact, just spending 5 minutes with God every single day is far better than spending an hour with God once a week or just wherever you can find the time. Because really, to build a relationship with God, what's really important is that you spend time with Him. And it's really the consistency that is the most important. You know, I find that even if I just have 5 minutes where I can pray and I can just talk to God, and I do it every single day, I find that I still feel connected with Him, and I still feel that my relationship with God is growing. And the interesting thing is that if I miss a day, and I find that I feel like I'm farther from God, I feel like I'm a little more distant, and that the relationship isn't as strong. I find that the consistency actually matters a lot more than the amount of time that you spend. So I really encourage you to find those 5 minutes in your day where you can connect with God. And I really believe that that will help you to strengthen your relationship with God, just like it's really helped me to continue to grow my relationship with God even when I'm really, really busy. Another way that you can connect with God is to actually offer up your work to God. In a way, work can actually be a form of prayer. And this is something that I came to realize fairly recently, ever since I've started reciting the morning offering. So the morning offering is a very short prayer that you say at the beginning of every day. And in this prayer, you offer up your prayers, your works, your joys, and your sufferings to God. And ever since I started doing this, it's kind of changed my perspective a little bit on work. I used to feel that work kind of took me away from God. I felt like it took away from the time that I could be spending with God and growing my relationship with Him. But saying this morning offering has really changed my perspective on it an awful lot. Because as I've been saying this morning offering, I come to feel that whatever work that I'm doing and whatever task I'm doing, however simple, it's actually an opportunity to honor God and to offer up all of my efforts and all of my labors to God. And it's also a really powerful way too to remember that during the day, whenever I'm working, whatever tasks I'm doing, whatever interactions I have with people, it's an opportunity to serve God. And this idea of offering up your daily works to God is one that actually has a very ancient history in the Catholic Church. You have the Benedictine order, and the slogan that they have is Ora et Labora, which is prayer and work. So even in very strict contemplative orders, the idea is that prayer alone is not enough, that there has to be a balance between prayer and work. And that work is also an opportunity to serve God. So I just find it really interesting that in all of the different religious orders, even the ones that are really strictly contemplative, they don't spend all their time in prayer, but they balance their time between prayer and work. And that both of these are really crucial and a really important way to serve God. So this idea that the work that I do is actually a form of prayer and a way to serve God throughout the day, that's really helped me a lot. And it's helped me to have a greater sense of purpose to the work that I do also. So now work isn't something that takes me away from God, but rather it's really an opportunity for me to continue to connect with God and to serve Him throughout the day. And that really gives me a much greater sense of meaning and purpose to the work that I do too. And the final thing that I've been doing to connect with God during this really busy time is to just take a couple moments throughout the day to just acknowledge God and to acknowledge His presence in my life. And a lot of times I'll do this is when I'm taking short breaks from work. I found that what's really helpful for me is to keep some religious symbols nearby. So this medal that I often wear has an image of Our Lady Star of the Sea. And when I wear this, I find it's a little reminder to connect with God during the day. Another thing I do too is that I have a small icon of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, which I just keep on my desk. So when I'm working, it's always there in the corner of my eye. And so I have this awareness, even when my mind is focused on work, in the back of my mind, there's this awareness that God and Jesus are always there with me. And this is a really helpful reminder for me to take some moments to pause and just to acknowledge God and to take a moment to just be grateful for all the gifts that He has given me and how much He loves us and is always there for us and will always give us the strength that we need to get through the challenges that we're facing. And He gives us the perseverance to keep on going. So these are just a few practices that have really made a difference for me and have really helped me to feel that I'm continuing to grow my relationship with God, even though things are just so busy right now, and sometimes it almost feels like I barely have a moment to breathe. But just these small little practices have really made such a difference. Another thing I wanted to mention too was that I used to feel guilty when I couldn't devote as much time to God as I really wanted to. I would kind of find myself feeling a little guilty or a little disappointed in myself. But then I came to realize that no matter what we do, whatever time that we spend with God, that He really sees all our efforts and He really appreciates whatever effort we can make. So any little effort that you can do, that's enough for God. Whatever tiny effort you can make, you're honoring God and you're serving God and you're spending time with Him. And that's what God ultimately wants from us. So if you're going through an extremely busy season right now, I really hope that you'll give some of these tips a try and that you'll find it helps you to continue to strengthen and to grow your relationship with God too. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a very blessed day.